Hmm. Where this not going?
This one no, not here, not on one side. Okay.
But this off?
This one you just do like this.
Oh. So this is the, as you know that Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters and first 6 chapter has been dominated by the Karma Yoga. And the middle of the 6th chapter, 7 to 12 is predominated by Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6th chapter is predominated by Jnana Yoga. So particularly 7th chapter is the Bhakti Yoga, starting of the Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna is explaining because Bhakti is very important. Therefore, just like you put the diamond in the middle and there is an upper cover lid and lower covers. So the most treacherous thing should be very kept in a very protective way. So Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita put this middle chapter, the most important chapter, Bhakti, in the middle chapter, middle of the Bhagavad Gita, middle 6th chapter. So we will start this very important verses that how to Bhakti, starting of Bhakti Yoga, how to execute Bhakti. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Mana Partha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Yanjan Madasraya Yogam Injam Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu Yathagya Sasita Srinu Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu. Please, 3 Prabhus Mataji can recite. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Mataji. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yathagya Sasita Srinu. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha Yogam Injun Madasraya asamsayam samagram mam yatha gyasasi tasrunu. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Lord said, my, to me, asakta manaha, mind attached, partha, O son of Pritha, yogam, self-realization, Injun, practicing, mad asraya, in conscious of me, Krishna consciousness, asamsayam, without doubt, samagram, completely, mam, me, jatha, how, yasasi, you can know that Srinu tried to hear. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full conscious of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full and free from doubt. Please respond. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pritha. Pritha means name of Kunti, another name. So how by practicing yoga in full conscious of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. Purport. In the 7th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. Also, 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna, and 4 kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna are described in this chapter. In the first 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as a non-material spirit soul capable of elevating himself to the self-realization by different types of yoga. At the end of the 6th chapter, it has been clearly stated that steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, or in the other word, Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of all yoga. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. Impersonal Brahmajyoti or localized Paramatma realization is not perfect knowledge of absolute truth, because it is partial. Full and scientific knowledge is Krishna, and everything is revealed to the person in Krishna consciousness. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is the ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. Different type of yoga only as stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahmajyoti and Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna conscious yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entity, the material nature, and their manifestation with paraphernalia. One should therefore begin yoga practice as directed in the last verse of 6th chapter. Concentration of the mind upon Krishna, the Supreme, is made possible by prescribed devotional service in 9 different forms, of which Sarvanam is the first and most important. A very important word. Which Sarvanam means hearing is the first and most important. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tasunu, or hear from me. No one can be greater authority than Krishna. No one can be greater authority than Krishna. Therefore, by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna consciousness person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna, not from a non-devotee of stud and puffed up with academic education. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this process of understanding Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is described in 2nd chapter of the 1st canto as follows. Srinvatam Sukatha Krishnaha Punya Sravana Kirtanaha Hudam Tustvaya Vadrani Vidhunati Srisata Nasta Prayesu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tadarajastama Bhava Kamalo Vadayastade Chetetairana Vidham Sitam Satte Prasidhati एवं प्रसन्न मनसा भगवत भक्ति जोगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथि छिद्यते सर्व संशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literature or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in devotional service of the Lord. By the development of devotional service, one becomes free from the mode of passion and ignorance that material lust, avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, become enlivened by devotional service and understand the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once the stage of Asamsam Samagram, understanding the Supreme Absolute Krishna, Absolute Truth, Personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. So here it is very nice. Krishna is in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga, 7th chapter. He is telling that you want to understand Krishna, you have to hear from me. So Lord is directly giving. Supposing I want to know about somebody, so I can know perfectly if I ask them, instead of hearing from Tom, Dick and Harry. Who are you? What is your father name? What is your mother name? So here Krishna is saying that one should hear directly from Krishna or a pure devotee so that one can understand. The process of understanding is very important. Because without understanding somebody, one cannot love him. One cannot develop the loving devotional service for it. The first stage of understanding. Therefore, Krishna in the beginning of 7th chapter say absolute truth and knowing the absolute truth. He is explaining about himself, how he created this material world, what is his purpose, everything has been given. What is his opulences? Otherwise, we cannot appreciate somebody if I do not understand him. So therefore, this beautiful 7th chapter in beginning of the verses is very, very important verses as Krishna is explaining that my asakta manaha partha yogam anjun madasraya. See, Bhagavan himself said that how you can attach to me by the process of doing the yoga, bhakti yoga. In the previous chapter, he has explained that so many yoga system is there. In Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters, every chapter is called yoga. Just like first chapter called Viśvambhara yoga. So every chapter is a yoga. Particularly the 3 kind of yoga has been given. Karma yoga, Jnana yoga and Bhakti yoga. Jnana yoga also a little bit of. And Krishna says out of all yoga, the Bhakti yoga is the highest. You can go to the just one verse before, the 6th chapter, 47 verses. He explained that yoginam api sarvesam madgatane antaratma manah sadhavan bhajate jomam same yuktatamaha mata. He explained that of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abide in me, think of me within himself, renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga. Highest of all, that is my opinion. So here Krishna explaining, there are so many yoga is there. India also you can see karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. But Krishna here categorically speaks that only the highest of all yoga is bhakti yoga. Because all other yogas are like stepping stone. Just like if we have to go to 100, like 100 floor. So somebody is 5th floor, they are called karma yoga. Somebody is 10th floor, somebody is called 20th floor. But those who are in 100th floor, they are called bhakti yoga. But all are in the same ladder. They are just a stepping stone. They have to come to the point of bhakti yoga to attain the highest perfection. Because bhakti is the highest. There is nothing beyond that bhakti. Krishna says, without bhakti, one cannot obtain me without bhakti. In these beautiful verses in Bhagavatam, Krishna says that bhakti is the highest. (11:4) Landline. Here beautiful verses there. Na sadhayati mam yogo, na sankham dharma uddhava, na sodhaya tapastyaga jata bhaktir mamodita. Here Krishna say, my dear Uddhava, in this today Dham Jatra, during that we went to place where the Uddhava Lord disappeared and Lord spoke Uddhava Gita. The name is, Balkitirthi. That is in Somnath near, on the way to Somnath, near Somnath, Dwaraka. So my dear Uddhava, the unalloyed devotional service rendered to me by my devotee brings me under their control. I cannot thus be controlled by those engaged in mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy, pious work, Vedic study, austerity or renunciation. So here Krishna says that mystic yoga means dhyana yogi. Sankhya philosophy is jnana yogi. Pious work means karma yogi. All these people cannot attain me. I cannot be under control. Only by bhakti. So he has given the highest pedestal to bhakti. Himself, the authority, Krishna, the Supreme Lord himself say, the bhakti yoga is the highest. All other yogas are stepping stone. They will come, they have to culminate to point of bhakti. In another verse, Krishna say that if you get bhakti, there is nothing else to be achieved. This is the highest point of success. Krishna says that what more remains to be accomplished for a perfect devotee after achieving devotional service unto me, the Supreme Absolute Truth, whose qualities are innumerable and who am the embodiment of all ecstatic experience. So Krishna says the highest point, if you get that highest point, then nothing beyond that. That is bhakti. Therefore, whole Bhagavad Gita is based on the bhakti. Every chapter also Krishna says bhakti. You see that dham, you see what is the meaning of dham? That dham means the abode of Krishna. Yatra means jatana. Jatana trayati iti. Jatana means all our material suffering will be diminished. That is called dham jatra. So in first chapter, first verse also, if you see, and which is the verse, the Dhritarashtra Vacha. Dharma khetre kurukhetre samaveta jujusva mamaka pandava chaiva kim akrupa sanjaya. In this verse also, Krishna is explaining, Prabhupada is explaining in a bhakti way. Prabhupada says that Dhritarashtra knows that the two, his son and Pandava son, they assembled in Kurukshetra. They are about to fight. But what made the Dhritarashtra to ask the same silly question, what they are doing? Supposing I am going to a restaurant. Why I am going? My purpose to eat. There is no question of asking that why you are going to restaurant. So this question is, this Prabhupada says that why? Because Dhritarashtra is doubtful. The place called Dharmakhetra, Kurukshetra. Dharmakhetra means Tirtha, some holy places, sacred place. Kurukshetra also called Tirtha. So the Tirtha, if you go to the Dharmakhetra, the power of the Dharmakhetra or Tirtha, holy places, is so potent that it will influence even a most sinner. Most sinner. Anyway, Pandavas are pious. There is no need of influencing them. They are pious. They are righteous. They are virtuous. But Kauravas are not virtuous. So he is fearing that my son may compromise. Never mind. You take half, I take half. Or you take full also. That is the power of Dham Jatra or holy places. So therefore he is fearing. The Dhritarashtra mindset is revealed in the very first verse. He do not want to compromise. He knows that our position is very good as compared to Pandavas. Because Pandavas has no kingdom. If you have no kingdom, you don't have financial support. You cannot collect so many soldiers, so many support. But on the other side, they have all the financial support. So they can also, Bhishma is there. And a lot of Dronacharya, Kṛṣṇa, all the great fighters are there. So he is confident that we are going to win. But he do not want that because of influence of this Dharmakhetra, there will be compromise, there will be no war. So he is now doubting, he is asking, he is fearful. Of course, there are other reasons are there. So, and here also it is said that in first chapter, the victory of Pandavas are very much determined, certain. Why certain? It is said that Yastu, what is that verse? Yastu Janardana, Jayastu Pandava, Jasyam Pakke Janardana. So the victory of Pandavas are certain in the very beginning. Why? Because Krishna is the presence. The presence of Krishna is very auspicious, very present. In this verse also, Prabhupada says that Pandavas are devotional devotees of the Lord. And Kṛṣṇa is always under the control of the devotee. Although he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the supreme authority, supreme person. Everybody is bowing down. He is the topmost position. Still, he accepted the position of a past driver or charioteer. Why? Because he is controlled by devotional service. So devotional service is very, very important. Even that controls the Kṛṣṇa himself. Therefore, it is the very beginning of this today's chapter. Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Injan Madasra. The Bhakti Yoga has to be done by taking shelter of Kṛṣṇa himself. Highest in Nectar of Devotion, it is stated that the characteristic of 6 characteristic of Bhakti. First characteristic, if you do Bhakti, what will happen? That Klesagni, all our material suffering will go away. That is the beauty of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, beauty of Bhakti. First thing is that Klesagni means all our material suffering. We have so many karma, parabdha karma, all this karma will go away. As Kṛṣṇa says, Sarva Dharman Parityada Mam Ekam Saranam. Second thing, Subhada means auspiciousness. Everything becomes auspicious because you are come in contact with all auspicious. Kṛṣṇa is all of Sumangalam, all auspicious. Mangalam Vishnu, Mangalam Pundarikhyakam, Mangalam Radha Madan Mohanam, Mangalam Pundarikhyakam, Mangalam Mangalaya Tanuhari. See, Vishnu Sahasra says that Lord is all auspicious, all good. So as soon as we come in contact with all auspicious Lord, everything is auspicious, Subhada. Then the third position of Bhakti is that, you say that Laghukrit, what is that called? Moksha. No. That's called Moksha Laghukrit. Means you will discard the liberation. You do not like liberation. Because when you come to Bhakti, Bhakti is like to be billionaire. You don't become millionaire. You want so highest position. You don't want Mukti. You want Bhakti only. That is the position. If you more and more advance in Bhakti. And another is Chudulabha. Just like you are coming. Very, very fortunate people come. Kṛṣṇa say, Manusyanam saharseshu kasidhatati saddha. Out of many person, one may endeavor to come to Kṛṣṇa temple. And out of many, hardly one sincere to understand Kṛṣṇa. Understand the Bhakti, to practice Bhakti. So very, very rare Sudullabha. That is 4th symptom. 5th symptom is that, Kṛṣṇa Akarshani. That is Visheshatma, Sandrana, what is Sandananda Visheshatma, condensed bliss. So when you Bhakti will give you so much bliss, you are doing Kirtan. Even a small kids, I have seen that Prabhu's daughter, our Sri Gopal Prabhu, he is also very ecstatic, ecstatically. We have seen our Dham Jatra, the Ram Rakit, the son of Ajasatru. He was like singing like any ecstasy, Radhe, Radhe, like this, in all our Dham Jatra. So it will give you condensed bliss. Of course, in the sadhana bhakti, it won't give you, it give you a flickering condensed bliss, not continuous one. When you are in advanced stage, and last 2 characteristics for the prema bhakti, those who are in prema bhakti stage, continuous bliss. And final symptoms is that Kṛṣṇa Akarshani. So it is Kṛṣṇa Akarshani. Means the bhakti attracts Kṛṣṇa. Bhakti attracts Kṛṣṇa. That is the process. So now question is Kṛṣṇa is saying that in the very beginning of Bhakti Yoga of Bhagavad Gita, how to develop that bhakti. How to develop. By the process of understanding Kṛṣṇa. How to understand. The bhakti is the process of understanding Kṛṣṇa and engage in devotional service. Prabhupada has written very nicely, forget 7 Samadhi, that there are 3 processes of advancing. First is Sambandha Jnana. First you understand Kṛṣṇa. That is the first process. Therefore his beginning is Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Injan Madasra. Asamsam Samagram Man Yatha Gyasasi Tasru. First of all you understand me, then only you can do bhakti. That is called Sambandha Jnana. The more you engage in Sambandha after understanding that he is my God, he is my master, he is my husband, he is my whatever, he is my friend, then you have to act according to that relationship. If I know he is my wife, he is my husband, he is my girlfriend, he is my boyfriend, then only I will act accordingly. If I do not know, I cannot act. That is called avidya. And third one is prayojan, ultimate goal. What is ultimate goal? To go back to Godhead. That is the perfection of our devotional service. So Bhagavad Gita has given very systematically, because most of them in a karmic material platform, engage in material activity. So Krishna has spoken first 6 chapters about all kind of yoga system. First of all, what is your identity? Your identity is that you are not the body, you are spirit soul. As a spirit soul, you have to act. You see, 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, sometimes we will give a class, in one class 18th chapter. First chapter is that lamentation, Viśvambhara dāsa, observing the army, everybody observing. Dhritarashtra is observing, Duryodhana is observing, Arjuna is observing, everybody observing the army. And then Arjuna overwhelming, he telling, no, I am not going to fight. I am not going to fight. And that is called, the first thing is that because we do not know identity, we do not know what is the purpose of life. Arjuna similarly is enacting as a general people. He do not know what is the purpose of life. Therefore, Krishna has to speak Bhagavad Gita not only to Arjuna, because everybody also do not know what is the purpose of life in this material world. Everybody is illusion of our identity. Somebody thinking I'm Indian, I'm Singaporean, I'm black, white, all the things. So first and fundamental knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to understand who am I. The first chapter is called Who Am I? What is my real identity? So then Arjuna also misidentified. Then he was very lamenting, I am not going to fight. He refused to fight. But in second chapter, he did one good thing. We should follow Arjuna. What he did that, despite our pressing situation in life, so many wars, so many other activities, so many engagement, one should not neglect to understand Bhagavad Gita. One should not neglect at the cost of other things. One should give more attention to Bhagavad Gita over other things, despite our pressing situations of life. Arjuna, although in a very precarious situation, undergoing a very ethical dilemma, he gave emphasis, no, I am going to hear Bhagavad Gita. So he surrendered to Krishna, please speak me, what is the purpose of life, what is real Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna spoke second chapter Bhagavad Gita. First thing, he first of all dissipate your fundamental knowledge. Arjuna, you are lamenting for which is not worth for lamenting. Asusthan anmasvachansam pragna bhadapsa vasase gatasuna agatasum nanu sauchanti pandita. The pandita will not speak about all the things. Although you are speaking big word, you do not know the fundamental. What is fundamental? I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. So he removed that first. Then you know that who am I now, because 90% of our problem is our identity. Whole world, 90%, everybody thinking I'm American, I'm then fighting each other. I'm Ukraine, I'm Russian, they're fighting. But first thing, your identity should be down. IC means identity crisis, not identity card. I'm thinking I'm Singaporean, I'm PR, I'm this. It's all identity crisis. It's a skin disease, skin deep, not actually your identity. So first thing he removed, you are the spirit soul. Second thing, if I know now I am spirit soul, that is not enough. I have to do something acting, that is called karma yoga. Then Krishna spoke the third chapter as a karma yoga. Karma yoga, because you do not know your identity, you cannot act accordingly. So he speak about karma yoga, how to do karma according to your identity. And to simply by according to your identity execute the karma is not sufficient. The Krishna spoke the fourth chapter. What is the topics of fourth chapter? Transcendental knowledge. You must have some knowledge to execute karma. First thing, you should know who am I, chapter 1. Chapter 2 is, first you know the identity, you are not the body, you are the spirit soul. Third chapter, you know your identity, you have to act, that is called karma yoga. Simply no, karma yoga is not sufficient, you have to have some knowledge to do that. Simply I say I am not the body, I am the soul. But you know what is the knowledge to work properly. Therefore Krishna spoke transcendental knowledge. So Krishna never spoke every chapter randomly. Very systematically, very logically and very scientifically. Therefore Prabhupada said Bhagavad Gita is a science of Godhead. It is a scientifically explanation of the absolute truth. Then fifth chapter he will come. Actually you are in knowledge and you know your identity, you can act properly. Therefore, you say third chapter and fifth chapter is Karma Yoga. The difference of third and fifth chapter is, in fifth chapter, you will be acting more perfectly in terms of understanding the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme. Bhaktaram Jogyam Tapasam Sarvaloka Mahasara. Fifth chapter, 29 verses is concluding. To understand that Krishna is the proprietor of everything and we have to act accordingly. Then sixth chapter, he gave some kind of thing, is jump to the Dhyana Yoga, concentration of mind. Because more you advance in terms of your understanding Krishna, you can meditate on Krishna. And seventh chapter today we are reading, that Maya Sakta Manapartha, this is knowledge of absolute. If I do not know Krishna, I cannot love him. I have to know somebody. So therefore Krishna says, Maya Sakta Manapartha. How we can understand me? Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pitha, how by practicing yoga in full conscious of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full and see and free from all doubt. So here Prabhupada says that the process of understanding Krishna consciousness has been given very elaborately. First thing he told you, hear from me, hear from the authority. That is very, very important. We went to a place, Dwaraka, that is called Rukmini temple, right? Rukmini temple we went. Rukmini temple, what happened? That when Lord got married to Rukmini, that temple is separate from Dwarakadis. So everybody asking why in Dwarakadis Rukmini is not there. Because there is a story behind it. When Lord got married to Rukmini, then he invited Durvasa Rishi. Their ashram is nearby, Pendarpur, some Pendar something. So he went to Durvasa Muni, they went to Durvasa Muni, please come and bless us, we are inviting for prasadam, house program like this. So Durvasa Muni said that I have a condition. There will be no horse, you are going to be horse, like you have to carry me personally. So then they agreed to that. So they carried Durvasa Muni on the chariot, and on the way Rukmini feel very thirsty. And Lord understood that Rukmini feeling thirsty, he put the leg on the earth and create Ganga, and somehow the water came, and Rukmini unmindedly take the water without offering the Durvasa. Durvasa, as in the case of Ambrish Maharaj, here also Durvasa got angry that I am your guest and you have not offered water, you have drank yourself. I curse you that you will be separated for 12 years. So they were separate. Therefore, Rukmini temple is separated 12 years. And also the second curse he has given, in this area there will be no fertility. And you have seen in Dwaraka there is no vegetation. And water also will be not sweet. We have seen that water is not sweet in Dwaraka. So why I am telling you, because Rukmini got married to Krishna even without even seeing him. He has not seen Krishna because he was the queen of the daughter of Vidheya, king of Vidheya. So therefore, every sages used to come and they used to speak about the glories of Krishna. By hearing only, he developed the attachment for Krishna. Here also Krishna saying, Maya Sakta Manopartha. How you can develop attachment for me? Hearing. More you hear, oh, Shahrukh Khan, you will be attached to Shahrukh Khan. More you hear about some movie or something, some cricketer, you will be attached. So hearing is the process of attached to Krishna. Therefore, Prabhupada says, purport, the first and foremost things in our Krishna consciousness process is hearing. Sravana dāsa. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says, Sravana dāsa. More you hear, if you see that, more you attach. Every day you hear 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 1 hour, you see 1 month how much you have developed your Krishna consciousness. Without hearing also. So therefore, Rukmini say very nice verses in this Bhagavatam, that how by hearing is so important. Here beautiful verses. Brahmana Krishna Katha Punya Madhavi Lokamala Paha Kono Triptate Sinmata Suttagyanittanutanaha. What experienced listener or Brahmana could ever grow satiated while listening to the pious, charming, ever-fresh topics of Lord Krishna, which cleanses away the world contamination. So this is spoken by the Rukmini. When the Brahmana, when Brahmana sent a love letters This is the first love letter actually. Rukmini sent to the Kṛṣṇa. So the Brahmana took that one and gave to Kṛṣṇa. So here Rukmini telling that what experienced listener of Brahmana could ever grow satiated while listening to the pious, charming and ever fresh topics of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa topics is always nitya nutana, always nitya fresh. Always fresh. It's not like a newspaper. Yesterday you read, today you dump it. You never like to read the old papers. But Kṛṣṇa Katha, same Putana, Kilinga Putra, again we also hear, you Vrindavan, we went there. Every time we go, Radha Ramanji, Radha Govindji, Radha Gopinath, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Gokulanandji, we want to go there. Kaliyahar, Kesi Ghat, Vansi Bhat, Imlitala, Gopeshwar Mahadev, all these things always there, always like to go. It's not that I have seen once finished. It's always Nitya Nutanaha. You want to hear more and more, more and more. So therefore, even hearing is so important that even you do not see, Rukmini have never seen, he is so attracted to Kṛṣṇa. And he wanted to love Kṛṣṇa, he wanted to marry Kṛṣṇa, not anybody else. So there are so many instances, they are like a Brahmana Patni. In Vrindavan, there is a place actually, we are supposed to go, we did not get time. On the way to Mathura and Vrindavan, there is a place where the Kṛṣṇa was hungry and he sent his cowherd friend to Brahmanas, they are doing Jagya. Brahmanas, they did not give any food. We don't want to, we are doing Vedic sacrifice, we have no time. They did not listen. But when the cowherd boys returned and spoke to Kṛṣṇa that they are not giving us the food, so Kṛṣṇa said, you go and approach their wives. Then they went to approach wives. Kṛṣṇa is asking food. Everything there. They himself personally brought all the food items and came to Kṛṣṇa to give. What is the difference? Brahmanas are very exalted, very big scholars, but they have no love for Kṛṣṇa. But here the Brahmanis, they have love for Kṛṣṇa. So therefore, Sukadev Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukadev, how the Brahmana wife, they got so much love for Kṛṣṇa. Sukadev Goswami is saying simply by hearing about Kṛṣṇa. They hear the pastime of the Kṛṣṇa, they develop the love. Therefore, hearing is very, very important process of getting attachment to someone. And particularly Kṛṣṇa say, you hear 7 to 12 chapter Bhakti Yoga, Kṛṣṇa is speaking, Arjuna simply hearing. You hear about me, then you will develop the love. So therefore, Prabhupada also say that the process of hearing is very, very important. Prabhupada has given in purport, there are 4 verses in Bhagavatam. It is said that what is the benefit of hearing about Kṛṣṇa? Sinvatam Sokatha Kṛṣṇa Punya Sravana Kirtana Udantastani Abhadrani Vidunati Swissatam. So, if you hear the Kṛṣṇa, personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses the desire for enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message, which are themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So the Kṛṣṇa Katha is so powerful, so pious, that as soon as we hear Kṛṣṇa Katha, it will cleanse our all the kind of material enjoyment. We are suffering here because of this material enjoyment. We have turned away from the Lord. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhagavancha kare nikatastha maya kare jhapatiya dhare. So when we thought of enjoying separately from Krishna, then Maya is capturing us. Maya is capturing us, and we are now encased in this pathetically, in this obnoxious material world. Although it looks like there is no prison bar, there is no shackles, there is prison bar, invisible prison bar. They are called 3 kinds of Adhyatmik, Adidaivik, Adibhautik. They are prison bar. We are giving suffering, birth, death, disease, old age. These are the suffering. Just like a imprisonment, just like a jail is not meant for enjoyment. It is meant for punishment, reformation, rehabilitation. Similarly, this material world is like a jail. We want to enjoy here, but we do not know all our enjoyment impregnated with problems. Much more problems. First of all, we cannot maintain the status quo. We cannot enjoy a whole life. Howsoever sophisticated environment, gorgeous arrangement we create by our economic development, political maneuvering, scientific advancement, we cannot maintain our status quo. Means we cannot continuously enjoy. Our enjoyment has a limitation. It's called a prepaid card. It's a expiry date. Therefore, how to stop this one? The first thing is that the enjoyment will be stopped. When you hear about Krishna, we will divert it. Just like we went to Dham Jatra. It is a higher taste. We can know that the glimpse of his spiritual world. Vrindavan is nothing but a glimpse of, it's an embassy. It's an embassy of this spiritual world. Bahuma Vrindavan say that. It's an embassy. It's a Lord is showing is a glimpse of his spiritual world. So we experience something higher taste, higher bliss. So that we will desire to, no, there is something higher, why not? Just like we have so many restaurant, Govinda's, MBT, but we like MBT. Why? Because higher taste. Yes or no? Taste, varieties. If you go to Govinda, South Indian, dosa, idli, uttapam. Of course, many South Indian devotees went there, but most of them MBT, because varieties is the mother of enjoyment. So if you know the higher taste, Punnadrishtani Vatandi, Krishna say we cannot give up the lower taste unless we get something higher. We will not. We will never. We are so attached to the lower taste. We were given an opportunity to higher taste. So we will give. Even Prabhupada started this movement on this basis of giving higher taste. This American, they do not know Prabhupada gave this prasadam, varieties of prasadam. And let's come, gulab jamu, iskan bullet, they say. So they come, gulab jamu, Prabhupada personally preparing all the varieties of delicious, sumptuous prasadam to attract them to come at least. After they come slowly, he never introduced any kind of rule and regulation. Even I have seen that 3 days before they are celebrating Jamuna Devi disappearance in Vrindavan. Jamuna Devi Dasi, when first come, he was cutting vegetable. He told after cutting 10 minutes, Prabhupada, can I have a smoke? Prabhupada was wondering what he said. Excuse me, can I have a smoke? Okay. So Prabhupada say, was thinking 2 minutes. Prabhupada say, okay, you go, but clean your hand. Then you start cutting again. When you come back, you clean your hand. So Prabhupada allowed them. How a Prabhupada of such a acharya, he's allowing smoking and cutting vegetable for Krishna. But Prabhupada knows that. Prabhupada is a transcendental tricker. Trick him, transcendental tricker. How he trick it? Let them first, Maya Sakta Manapartha, you first attached. Then we will introduce you all these rules and regulations. He never introduced rule and regulation. So slowly, they have given up everything. And they were coming, taking prasadam. They were not even cleaning the utensil. They go and Prabhupada will be there to clean utensil. Initial stage, Prabhupada personally cleaning their utensil. Then slowly Prabhupada introduced that one should clean the utensil and etc. So first and foremost thing Krishna is telling in the Bhakti Yoga, the middle chapter called Bhakti Yoga, 7 to 12. Maya Sakta, you first develop attachment. Jena tena prakana. One time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in Calcutta, they have a Gaudiya Math center is there in Bagh Bazaar. So he saw balcony, many people are coming there, so many gathering crowd. They asked what is going on. They are giving cutting tea, that what is called filter tea, filter coffee. So Prabhupada said, why not include our filter coffee? Let them come to temple. So how much Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was so much wanted that let them come first. We will introduce later all the rules and regulations. First and foremost thing is the attachment. Jena tena prakarena Krishna mana nivasate. Rupa Goswami say, first and foremost thing, you attach to Krishna. Then slowly rules and regulations. We all have come here also. Not that we have come here, we have developed attachment first. We have not following rule and regulation in the beginning. But gradually when you attach, then automatically you are following. So first thing is attachment, and that attachment will come by hearing purpose. So therefore Krishna says, Maya Sakta Manapartha Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. So what will happen? We hear cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee. That misdirected enjoyment, that I want to separately enjoy Krishna, that is not possible. In material world, it is called Dukkhalayam Asaswatam. It's a place of misery, place of Dukkhalayam, what is that called? Bhojalayam, Bhojanalayam, where Bhojana is there, food is there. Dukkhalayam means full of misery. And also Asaswatam. Somebody may say that, oh, life is a challenge. There are so many YouTubers, they are now giving so many lectures. What is that motivational speaker? ISKCON also started parallelly some motivational speaker. Prabhupada never endorsed this. Motivational speaker, they are saying that life is a challenge, make it. But how long we can make it? We have an expiry date. We have expiry date. How long we can make it? Therefore, one should not carried away that this material world is meant for enjoyment. It is a temporary world, transient world to reform us so that we can go back to Him, go back to our personal real enjoyment. So, therefore, by hearing process, what will happen? Cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart. We have developed the urge to hear His message, which are themselves virtuous. And what happened when you hear Nasta Prayasu Abhadresu? Every day we are singing that. Nasta Prayasu means 75% of all our infection will clear. We have so many desire. I want to become, I want to have a economic development, this development, so many desires, a material desire, that will be stopped. And what will happen? Nasta prayasu abhadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nayaskiti. So, by the process of hearing, all our infection will be cleared, 75%, and we will be fixed up in Krishna consciousness. More you more hear, more you more fixed up in Krishna consciousness. What is the infection? Infection of passion, ignorance, even infection of mode of goodness also. All this infection will go away. Passion is represented by lust, angry, and ignorance is sleeping, illusion, lazy, etc. All things will go away and we will be fixed up in loving service. That is the way of process of advancing in Krishna consciousness. When you hear, all our dirty things will go away. Then what will happen? When all the dirty things will go away, almost all, 90%, 75%, Krishna Prabhupada says, Tada Raja Tamo Bhava Karma Kama Lobha Dayasya Chetete Ranavidam Titasute Prasiddhati. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of nature of mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness. He becomes completely happy. See, previously you all are going to, during this December holiday, you are going to somewhere, either in Goa, Simla, or Indonesia, Bali, or so many places. But now, see, effect of Krishna consciousness, that the mode of passion and ignorance is not there. If you go to that one, mode of passion and ignorance, definitely, where for enjoyment only. But here, this enjoyment is different. You are going to Dham Jatra. Whole year, we are accumulating 2 weeks of our leave and waiting for that, when we are going to Dham Jatra. Why? Because this is say how Shastra is correct. Tada Rajatama Bhava. All our the mode of passion and ignorance will be reduced. The mode of goodness will supersede. When a glass of water, if you put more blue color, it becomes blue. More yellow color become yellow. See, more and more your Krishna consciousness, all our passion and ignorance will be subside and goodness will supersede. Therefore, in Dham Jatra, nobody likes to go. If you say that, Prabhu, why don't you go to the America, London? No, I want to go to Vrindavan or any Mayapur, Puri, Dwaraka. Why? Because this is the effect of Krishna consciousness. They will have a taste, attachment, Maya Sakta Manapa. And those who have gone this time, they are looking for next year, when the next year will come, we are going to go. See, that is the effect of this bhakti, Krishna consciousness. And that process is hearing about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So when this will come, when you are fixed now, every day, every year, Dham Jatra, every year you go, how much benefit you are getting, how much you are reminding of Krishna, how much you develop attachment. See, Radha Ramana ji is beautiful, how much beautiful. They say that when Krishna left from the earthly pastimes, he wind up his pastime. Yudhishthira Maharaj was appointed as a emperor of the world. Yudhishthira Maharaj feeling very separation in Krishna life. They also wanted to leave everything and go. So all Pandavas. And they appointed Parikshit Maharaj as a emperor of the world. And they appointed the great grandson is called Vajranab. Vajranab is the son of Anirudh. Anirudh is the son of Pradyumna. Pradyumna is son of Krishna. So great grandson. So Bajranab is the appointed as Mathura king, and he only wanted to create all these deities, original deities. So he called Vishwakarma to create everything. And they created Govindji, Gopinath and Madan Mohan. And so many other Dwarakadis, Kesavji, so many other deities. But only person who knows Krishna, who has seen Krishna that time is Uttara. And he showed Uttara how the Krishna looks like. And he told that Madan Mohan looks like the feet of Krishna up to this. Gopinath looks like from here to here. Govindji looks like face. And they say that Radharamanji looks like all three together. So beautiful deity. So how you develop the attachment by seeing and by hearing also. Dham Jatra also we are hearing the significance of the places. In every places we hear. By the process of Maya Sakta Manapata, develop attachment. Now we have no attachment. Our attachment is now distributed. We attach to Krishna, we attach to so many other things. We have so many different attachments, not only Krishna. But to concentrate everything to Krishna, we should hear. So here it is said that if you when you develop this attachment, you will be in mode of goodness. And Prabhupada, last lecture when he was in Vrindavan, last lecture before he left the body, he told the same thing. You develop the attachment by coming to mode of goodness. And that is possible by devotee association. Without devotee association, previously there is very difficult for us to hear about Krishna. We cannot hear about Krishna by associating with Karmi or any pan wala, any grocery wala. We can develop the attachment or we can hear about Krishna by associating with devotee only. Therefore, it is said that evam prasanna manasa bhagavat bhakti yogata bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jati. So when you come to the mode of goodness by practicing Krishna consciousness, then your mind will be serene, peaceful. With passionate mind, one cannot concentrate. You chant and you are so disturbed in the office, so many projects, you chant, how can you chant? You cannot chant. Supposing you cannot run by having a load, right? Supposing you have 50 kg of load in your back. Can you run properly? No. Similarly, when you're disturbed in your mind, you cannot chant, you cannot hear, you cannot think of Krishna consciousness. You cannot think of Krishna. No way. Therefore, Krishna says that Shastra, those who are in passion and ignorance, they cannot come to Krishna consciousness. We have to come to Krishna consciousness by properly when you are in mode of goodness. Even prasanna manasa, your mind is full of peace, full of undisturbed by material things. Then only you can arrange morning program. Why Mangalarti is important? Because Mangalarti, our mind is in goodness. So the absorption power, the concentration is more high. And it is also an auspicious period of time, Brahma Muhurta. Therefore, it is first of all very blessing, auspicious and more absorption. So morning things, everything you do, just like during exam, many people read from the morning. And Prabhupada wrote all his book in the very early morning from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock like this. 1 o'clock to 5, early morning. Undisturbed he used to write. So therefore it is said that when you are in mode of goodness, your mind will be very much serene, full of free from passion and ignorance. That time you can engage in devotional service and live and reach the Krishna consciousness. Then in this way you can understand one can gain the positive scientific knowledge of personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. Then the process, in that process you are fit, qualified to understand Krishna. Otherwise to understand Krishna is very difficult. Even Krishna says, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Sunmanti Dibyastavai Vedai Sangopanishdaya Gayantiyam Samaka Dhana Vasishta Tadgatena Manasa Apeshyantiyam Yogina Jasyantana Vidhu Surasaragana Tasmai Nama. Jasyanta means whose limit is not understood even Surasara, demigods, gods. What to speak about the human being? Nobody knows him. Nobody knows Krishna. Very difficult to know. To know Krishna is the only process is engaging in Krishna consciousness, beginning from the hearing about him. Maya Sakta Manapata. And when you follow this process, what Krishna say in the very beginning of this verse, then what will happen? The result is, thus the knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are caught into peace. The chain of fruitive action is terminated when one sees a self as a master. What will happen that time? All our material attachment, material bonding So many attachment, family attachment, this attachment, that attachment, job attachment, investment, so many material attachment. That is so much tightly bound, very difficult to cut it. So by this process of Krishna consciousness, when you hear, make your Krishna consciousness. Hearing process is a process of, what is that called? When you do the sword, polishing a sword, to cut your attachment. It will cut your attachment. Our attachment so deep rooted, very difficult to cut. Why the Dham Jatra is austere? Because all our material attachment for throughout the year, we have so much, and within 15 days we want to clear it. So it is austerity has to be there. We did Vrindavan Parikrama, Govardhan Parikrama, and first time in the history we did 45 devotees, including 14 children. They did parikrama walking non-stop. It took us 8 hours, 10 hours actually, but everybody completed it from Radhakund to Radhakund walking. First time 45 devotees, including children, including our Kṛṣṇa, all this. They did it parikrama. Nobody likes to go by auto. So that is the one thing. It was very austere. We could not do anything. We what is that? We let the Loi Bazaar shopping. that was the schedule is there. Evening we will come back soon, and we will do Loi Bazaar. We could not do that, but people liked it. Why? This austere is there, but that austere is help us throughout the year. We are so much materially attached, and this kind of austerity that will give us, that will clear all our misgivings, all our frailties, all our infection, all our dirty thing in the heart, purifies us. So therefore it is said that when you develop the Krishna consciousness by everyday hearing, all this knot, which is very hardly tightened, very difficult. Sometimes we do deity dressing, some knots are very difficult to take it out. So that knot also will be pierced. And all the misgiving that I am the body, I am this, I'm all the bodily paraphernalia, I'm Indian, I am this, that, all kind of material attachment will be caught into piece. The chain of fruitive action is terminated. All the fruitive action we have, prarabdha karma, so many things we have to suffer because of, since time immemorial we have been engaged in this material world, so many karmic reaction. All these things will be nullified, absolved by process of devotional service. So Krishna said that, therefore, Mayasakta Manapartham Yogam Injun Madasra. The way of doing devotional service is to develop attachment, taking shelter of me. By the process of hearing, you can understand me properly and you can develop the attachment for me. So therefore, one should hear. Particularly in this age of Kali, it is stated that one should hear to get out from this. Very easy way to get out in this age of Kali is that to hear. My dear Lord, those pious and saintly person who in the age of Kali hear about your transcendental activities and also glorify them will easily cross over the darkness of the age. So in this age, you want to cross the darkness of the age, because Kali Yuga is very detrimental, very obnoxious, very abominable. This age is very difficult to cross. Things are very degenerating. So in order to cross this age, the saintly person, they hear about Krishna. And Dham is not that particular location. This is also Dham, because wherever, Dham means what? Abode of Krishna. And Krishna say, I am present wherever my devotee hearing. Jatra gayanti madabhakta. Naham vaikunthe vasami na yoginam hudaya seva. Tatra tishtami narada jatra gayanti madabhakta. Wherever my devotee hear, and we did very nice kirtan today, glorifying me and hearing about me, there I am in that place. So therefore, Dham is not that particular physical location. Dham is wherever there is Krishna Katha, that is Dham. Wherever Krishna Katha. So therefore, it is said that there are three kind of Dham is there. Where particular physical location, wherever there is Krishna is, wherever the Krishna Katha is going on. Secondly, another Dham is there, the heart of the pure devotee. Pure devotee are Dham himself, like Prabhupada is Dham himself. It is stated that you can take the Vrindavan, you can take a devotee, a sadhu out of Vrindavan, but you cannot take Vrindavan out of a sadhu. Prabhupada left Vrindavan, Damodar temple, he was there. But when Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, you are in a very good position in a Damodar temple, Radha Damodar temple. It's a very learning hub, very good place. Why did you leave? Prabhupada said, I never left Vrindavan. I always carry Vrindavan. The first day he was staying in a Sali Agarwal house. He has a little bit of prasadam he bought from the Vrindavan. He want to keep. He opened the fridge. He saw the beef. Still he kept it in the down. See, but his consciousness never affected because he always carried Vrindavan in his heart. And particularly in Dham, there are three things is important: Dham, Dhami, and Dhambasi. Three things you should not disrespect. First of all, you should know the glories of the Dham. Dhami means the Lord of the Dham. Dwaraka means Dwarakadis. Third thing, Dhambasi. You should not, Dhambasi are always glorified. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, never disturb them. Whether they follow, they don't follow. They have their prerogative privilege of born in Dham. So therefore, one should hear about Kṛṣṇa. It's very important, Kṛṣṇa is telling. Even after you go to Dham, hearing is not there, you cannot really see the Dham. One time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati went to Dham Jatra. He only introduced the Dham Jatra actually. And then he was giving class in Radhakund. Many of them, they left Radhakund by hearing class. They went to see a lot of places in Govardhan. When they came back in the evening, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati asked, what about your eye exercise? What eye exercise? We went to see the so many deities. They no, it's eye exercise only. Eye exercise means you say you go to Radharamanji, so crowded, you have to see like this. Your eye will be exercised. So it is eye exercise means useless. Why it is useless? Kṛṣṇa is seen not through eyes but through ears. Otherwise, you will see that just like our Prabhu, Ravi Prabhu is asking, where is Vrindavan? Like this is Vrindavan. He was thinking that 5,000 year Vrindavan. You hear Vrindavan. If you see that 5,000 Vrindavan, I was explaining in Kaliya Ghat, the Jamuna was flowing near Kaliya. Now Jamuna is not there. Jamuna is very far now. So how you explain that? Then therefore you should hear that. You cannot see everything what is happened there because already 5,000 years passed. Even the original deity of Badrinath is also not there, all deities. Some of them found, but all of them not found. So Jamuna river was not there nearby. It was near flowing. So there are so many things are you cannot see. Therefore it is said that Lord is Srute Akhitta. You should you should see the Lord through ears, not through eyes. Our eyes has a limitation that we cannot connect how it is. When we hear, you will see how beautiful Radharamani ji, how beautiful Govind ji, Gopinath ji. You can really think. Nathodwar, Srinath ji. So in this way, you should develop our attachment. And you can practice this, what Kṛṣṇa say, that if you practice this process of how to develop the attachment for Kṛṣṇa by the process of hearing, you see how much you develop. How much you develop. One time one disciple is saying that, Prabhupada, I am feeling very restless. Prabhupada, I want to go there, feeling. Prabhupada, you are not hearing. You hear, all your restless will come. This is the very nice tricks, nice process, that very effective process Kṛṣṇa has given. Every day you hear 1 hour, you see that 1 month, how much you develop, how much you have attached to Kṛṣṇa. That is the real process given. My asakta manapartha, yogam inju madasra. Tasrunu, you hear about me. So thank you very much for coming here. So this is the beautiful month of Bhagavad Gita appearance. Bhagavad Gita is spoken in this month and imparted to not only to Arjuna but everybody, because every one of us in a problem situation. Just like a protagonist, Arjuna was in a very perplexing condition, undergoing a very ethical dilemma, whether to fight or not fight. Similarly, we all of them are in a war, Kurukshetra war. We are in a problem day to day, so many other problems. Material world means full of problems. Declaring the war against the Maya. Prabhupada said that. That means we are at war. Therefore, Kṛṣṇa is chosen the war field to speak Bhagavad Gita, the highest gospel, highest philosophy at the war field. Usually, they used to speak all kind of things in a cave or in a temple. But Kṛṣṇa chose the Kurukshetra to speak this Bhagavad Gita, the crown jewel of all the spiritual wisdom. Why? Because we are also declaring war. Material world means Kṛṣṇa consciousness means declaring war against the Maya. So we are at war. because Maya is constantly declaring war against us, always prepared. As soon as we are turned away from the Lord, Kapati Adhare, immediately he will capture, he will overshadow or supersede us. Therefore, one should be well armed with Krishna consciousness. One should hear Bhagavad Gita so that we can know that how to counteract the Maya and how to go back. Whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver the mankind from this material existence, from this war of Maya. War of Maya. So how to get out, how to become victorious, therefore Bhagavad Gita is spoken. It's not only for the Arjuna, for everybody, because everybody is somehow or another in a problem. And three most important things of Bhagavad Gita. First of all, you should attentively hear, that is called assimilation. Then you have to practical applications, just like Arjuna is hearing first. Then after that he is telling, no, I will fight, as you say. Then Arjuna is telling, no, I will do as you say. Then last thing is that you have to disseminate this knowledge to everybody, preach this knowledge. Therefore it is said that read Bhagavad Gita, live Bhagavad Gita, give Bhagavad Gita. First of all, you read it properly. You have to, what is that? Live means application, practically apply this, and give Bhagavad Gita, means give this wisdom to everyone. And whosoever give this wisdom to everyone, Krishna say, he is the most dearmost friend of me, dearmost devotee of me. Krishna say in last chapter, in the end. So thank you very much. Any question, any doubt? If you have any things, you can, because time is now running out, so we can discuss three floor. So Ganthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari, Jai Srila Prabhupada.